Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. I hope all of you are fine and doing well. Students, as you know that we have finished your chapter number 6, that is algebra, and from today we are going to start the new chapter, that is unit number 1, sets. Students, sets is not a new topic for you. In 6th class you have learnt a lot about sets. So before going to start the new topics of sets, I will recall or revise some basic points of sets here. As you know that George Cantor was the founder of the set theory. And what is the proper definition of set? That a collection of well-defined and distinct objects is called a set. Well-defined means that when we make a set, all of us are having the same and single opinion regarding the selection of the elements. And distinct means that there will be no repetition of the objects in a set. For example, in this set you see that A is the set of vowels, and all of us are having the same opinion that these are the 5 vowels that we will include the set of vowels. There is no other opinion. So that's why these elements are well defined. Secondly, you see that there is no repetition of any element. So that's why these objects are also distinct. The third point is the individual objects in a set are called the members or elements of the set. In this example, you see that there are 5 members or elements. 5 objects are present. A, E, I, O, U, and these are the members or elements of this set. This is the symbol of belongs to or element of or member of. So all these 3 terms you can use for this symbol. This is the symbol of not belongs to, not element of, not member of. All these 3 terms you can use for this symbol. Here I have written 2 examples to explain these symbols. The first example, A is the set of vowels A, E, I, O, U. All these 5 objects are the member or element of this set A. So when you write the statement that E belongs to set A, yes, E is present in the set A, so this statement will be true. And when I say that small m is not the member of set A, yes, it's true because m is not the vowel. So this statement is also true. The second example is the set of natural number, set of all natural numbers. So when you say that 4 belongs to set of natural number, yes, it is true. 4 is a natural number, so this statement will be true. And when I say that 0 doesn't belong to set of natural number, yes, this statement is true because 0 is not a natural number, it is just a whole number. So this statement will also be true. So symbolically, you can represent in this way. Okay class, the next topic is set notation. Set notation means that how you can write a set. There are some basic points to write a set. The first one is that the name of the set is written with the capital letters. For example, from capital A to capital Z, you can use any capital letter to write the name of the set. There are some specific capital letters used for some specific sets, like capital W for the set of whole numbers, capital N for the set of natural numbers, capital E for the set of even numbers, capital O for the set of odd numbers, capital P for the set of prime numbers, capital C for the set of composite numbers, and capital Z for the set of integers. Elements are written in small letters. For example, if you are writing such a set in which you are using some alphabets, then you will write all the elements in small alphabets. Elements are written within braces. This bracket will be used to write the elements. No other bracket will be used. Elements are separated by commas. When you write the elements of any set, you will separate them by putting the commas. Students, when you write sets in such form, when you are writing the name with capital letter, then you will put equality sign, then you put the curly bracket or braces, and you write the elements by separating them by using the comma. Then this form is called the tabular or roster form. There is another way of writing a set, that is called the descriptive form. In descriptive form, a set can be described by using a proper statement. For example, if look at the first example, How I will describe it? By using a statement that this is the set of the letters of the word bank. If you say that this is the set of the word bank, then it will be wrong because the letters are separated by commas. So you will say that this is the set of the letters of the word bank. In the second example, you see that this is the set of all whole numbers. You will describe it by writing the statement that this is the set of all whole numbers. If you say that this is the set of first four whole number, then it will be a wrong statement because there are dots at the end. They are showing the infinity of the whole numbers. They are showing that this is the set of all whole numbers. So the proper statement will be that this is the set of all whole numbers. Okay class, the new topic is types of sets. As you know, there are three types of sets: finite set, infinite set, and empty or null set. A set having countable elements is called finite set. It means that if you count the elements of a set easily and you know the last element of the set, then that set will be called the finite set. Finite set has limited or countable elements. You know the last element of the set. Look, in this example, this is a set of prime numbers, but first four prime numbers. And this is a set of natural numbers, but the set of natural number up to 100. So you can easily tell the number of elements in set P. So the number of elements in set P, that will be 4. Here n stands for the number of elements in the set P. In the second set, number of elements in the set n. The first element is 1, last element is 100, and in between means that the natural number coming in between 3 and 100 are also included in this set. So the number of elements in the set n, that will be 100. Infinite set, a set having uncountable elements, is called infinite set. It means the set having unlimited elements that you can't count, you can't tell what is the last element of the set, then that set will be called the infinite set. Identification of infinite set is that when you write it in tabular form, there will be dots at the end. So this is the set of all prime numbers, and this is the set of stars in the sky. It is impossible to count the stars, so that's why this set will be also infinite. So when you want to tell the number of elements in an infinite set, it is not possible. The last one is empty or null set. A set having no element is called empty set or null set. For example, set of alphabets between A and B. You know that there is no alphabet between A and B, so that is the empty set. Set of moon on earth, there is no moon on earth. A man with 4 eyes, it is impossible that there is a man with 4 eyes. So all these are the examples of empty set. D is the set of natural numbers below 0. You know that the first natural number is 1. So there will be no natural number that is below 0. So the symbols of empty set are the empty braces or this symbol phi. So you can represent the set D by using these symbols, this one or this one. So when you want to tell the number of element in the empty set, you know that there is no element. So how you will write the element of empty set? So you will say that the number of element in the empty set, that will be 0. Okay class, now we will start exercise number 1.1 and we will do first 3 questions of this exercise. Question number 1 has 3 parts. Look at the statement. For each of the following sets, show all the elements of set. The first part is set A is the set of positive integers between 5 and 9. Positive integers means simply the natural number which are coming between 5 and 9. Here between means that the integers 5 and 9 will not come in the list. So it's quite simple. What are the integers which are coming in between 5 and 9? These are 6, 7 and 8. The second part is set B is the set of common multiples of 2 and 3. You know very well what are the multiples. Multiples are simply the table of 2 and 3. Common means the same multiples of 2 and 3. So the first common multiple of 2 and 3 is 6, then 12, then 18, and because the multiples are infinite, so that's why common multiples will also be infinite. So here you will put the dots and they will show that the common multiples are infinite. Part number 3, set C is the set of factors of 66. You know very well that how you can make factors of any number. Factors means the numbers by which 66 is divisible. And you know that the first factor of every number is 1 and the last factor of every number is itself. So the first factor of 66 will be 1 and the last factor will be 66. The second factor will be 2, then 3, and after that 4 and 5 are not factor of 66. 6 is factor of 66 and 6 11s are 66, so that's why 11 is also factor. Then 22 3s are 66 and 33 2s are 66 and 66 1s are 66. So here are all the factors of 66. Okay class, the question number 2 is, for each of the following sets list all the elements of set. Here you have to just provide the list of the elements. The part number 1 is P is equal to names of days of the week. It's quite simple. You know the names of days of the week. You can write them in short form: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. The second part is set Q is equal to colors of a rainbow. As you know, there are 7 colors in the rainbow: red, green, blue, yellow, orange, indigo and violet. Third part is R is equal to odd numbers between 10 and 26. You know very well what are the odd numbers. Odd numbers are not divisible by 2. So the odd numbers coming between 10 and 26 are 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23 and 25. Okay, the last question for today, that is the question number 3. If set A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, write down the value of NA. The set A is having the 5 elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the set of first 5 natural numbers, and you have to tell the value of number of elements in set A. Here N stands for the number of elements in set A. So the answer is quite simple and easy. You just count the elements. Elements are 5. So number of elements in set A will be equal to 5. So students, that's all for today. You have to do these first 3 questions with all its parts in your notebooks as it is done by your teacher in the notes, and you have to do your classwork in a proper way. At the end, diary is given and the key of the previous test is given. You can check your previous test with that key. So till the next class, take care and Allah Hafiz.